Hello and welcome to Cindershadow Gaming. I am your host Cindershadow, and today we're going to talk about the game that never existed, Magic Legends. Well, Magic Legends, why do I say it never existed? Well, it's still in the beta phase. And they've decidedly to not exit the beta as a full-fledged game. Instead, they are shutting the game down. It's done. There's nothing left to it. They're refunding everyone's money that they put into this. To me, if a game is still in beta and you shut it down, was it really a game? Well, anyway, from Magic the Gathering Legends, they're shutting down October 31st, 2021. There's a full statement here. Hello, Planeswalkers. With heavy hearts, we announce Magic Legends will be shutting down October 31st, 2021. All players that spent in-game money across ARC and Epic Games Store during the open beta will now be refunded to their full purchase amounts. I believe they have to. Mostly, I would say it's Australian law that these things have to happen because they have laws there. But I'm glad they're refunding people's money and not just saying, oh, you're going to get a pack of Magic cards or something like that. This is really disheartening to see. A game that was kind of hyped up and didn't look overly that bad. For myself, I think it was a game that was about 5 to 6 years too late. This was a Diablo-style action-adventure RPG-style game where you gain levels, gain spells, and gain cards for a deck where it kind of randomized the deck a little bit, so it gave kind of that Magic-ish sort of vibe to it. They had whole Paragon levels or something like that. They had ways of augmenting the game. They had many different layers to this game, and ultimately it could have been a big success, but it was plagued with bugs, server problems, and just overall exploits that just seems to have doomed the game before it even got off the start. Now, I know with the cancellation on this, I've read that there is 44 employees without a job after this was announced. They kind of got sidelined. They found out at the same time as the rest of us. So they're all out there looking for work. It's really unfortunate for them to shut this down at such an early stage of development. Like, you go open beta, then you're going to do a full launch. But instead of doing a launch, they have decided to shut her down. So why did it lead to this? What really did end up happening? From reports that I'm reading, it just didn't make money. It didn't do this. It didn't do that. It was plagued with bugs. I personally am going to guess there was a game-breaking bug where it would have had to have tore the game right down to its core and ultimately delaying the game for 1 to 2 years' time and thus losing all forward progress in the game that just ultimately means that it's done. There's nothing left to it. It would have been a shell of its former self, and that to me is about the only thing and speculation that I could think of. So servers will remain open until closing day. However, we will be closing the Zen shop effective immediately. Later this week, all items will instead be purchasable using Aether, the free in-game currency. Our vision for Magic Legends missed the mark, but we are proud of what we have achieved. Thanks to Wizards of the Coast, we got to bring expansive Magic the Gathering multiverse to a wide audience and explore new angles with the established action RPG genre. We learned several valuable lessons along the way, and we will use them to improve Cryptic's future development efforts. Now, that said, Cryptic has been known to reskin games, and there was a theory that this originally was a reskinned version of another game. And thus, if that really is the case, and going back to a game-breaking bug where they have to tear it down, now they just lose all stuff going forward, and you look back on it and go, well, I guess we should have started brand new. Using a reskin game, you may come in with the same problems of that original game, and that ultimately could be the disaster of it that really did come down to it. And that would be my thoughts there. So it's unfortunate to see that they've put in all this hard work and the game not make it to a launch event or doing anything, but they've just shut it down. They're shutting her down. You've got a few months to go. From what I hear, it is worth just trying to pick it up so you can explore places like the Tolaria or Zendikar and just get the idea of the planes. But you know what? There was already a game out there that was very similar to this, where you did do Magic duels. You didn't get the action adventure side of it. You got more of Magic the Gathering, playing the game and learning the game in a very harsh reality that it really was back in the day when the game did first start, and that was Chandelar. Chandelar was a kind of the predecessor to this game, and it would have been great to see something come out of Chandelar maybe in the future of Magic the Gathering. Most importantly, I'd like to thank all players who explored the multiverse with us and provided feedback during the alpha and beta testing phases. We couldn't have gotten this far without you, which is really unfortunate. FAQ, what exactly are October 31st? Will this impact Magic Legends on the Epic Game Store? Players can continue to access Magic Legends on the Game Store until October 31st. Will Magic Legends be released on consoles and Steam still? No, Legends will not be released. What content is available until a server shutdown? All content aside from the Zen store will remain in place. Will there be refunds for prior purchases? Yes. So everything's getting refunded. Is there a chance that Magic Legends will be revived in the future? At this time, there are no plans to reinstate Magic Legends in the future. It is, to me, quite interesting to see that they're willing to completely scrap something and not go forward with something that just isn't working. Well, this is just another tick on the board against Wizards of the Coast. There just seems to be too many things adding up that doesn't exactly add up. Magic Legends shut down. Was it a financial part of it? I'm not sure. Was it because they tried to reskin something of the past and the bugs of the past are just possibly plaguing the server and plaguing the game and they just can't get to launch? These are questions that I can't quite answer. Now, what I've seen lately with Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering is we're seeing secret layers coming out time over and over and being very highly pushed. We're seeing the price point of booster packs getting increased at the store level because supply just keeps dwindling from the distributor. Like, the supply can never actually catch up. We saw this with Jumpstart, and Jumpstart is still struggling to meet the demand of people out in the market. It's come down a little bit for the demand, but it just didn't seem to have the same oomph as most other sets have. Modern Horizons, now we're going into the Forgotten Realms D&D set, or Magic the Gathering set, and they're all plagued with supply chain issues on top of that. We've seen the streamer events for Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast kind of disintegrate, although there is rumblings that there is something on the horizon for a streamer event. We've also seen the prize pool for the Pro Tour and the pros get completely axed out of the budget for Magic the Gathering. All of these are leading up to a financial disaster that I believe is just around the corner. So they're really tightening their belt where they can, and it is very disheartening to see. Is this going to be a new Magic the Gathering being branded, renewed once now that they're under the umbrella of Hasbro, or because the new departments? Did the budget get cut? Is Magic the Gathering in hot water? Are they going to have issues here in the near future on a financial basis? All this started really with the fire design, so you got to ask yourself, is the fire design working, or is it time to sit there and rethink how things have gone? It was a 5-year plan, and from the looks of it, we've got about 2 more years to go, but will Magic the Gathering last that long? It's hard to say. And until next time, this is your proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. Have yourselves a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have $1 or $2, you can send my way. The Patreon links are down below, or even join up on the memberships. Until next time, you guys take care.